Hello, my friends, and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and in today's video, sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons, we got to talk about the new Exemplar Wish system. And I know I had seen this in like the update vid, and I was like, ooh, kind of curious. What does this do? But it looks like this is a way to gain 5% more damage dealt and taken reduction on artifacts, and also to gain some extra effects on artifacts, which is really powerful. So in this video, we're going to approach this system for the first time ourselves. And also, I'll talk about what I think some of the best exemplar artifacts are if you get them, and a little bit of the information you need. Like, for example, apparently, in order to actually access the system at all, you need to do 2,000 Forge artifact key pulls. Once you've done that in the artifacts section, as I'm showing you, you can gain access to these exemplar wishes. So how exactly does this work? Well, in order to wish, I need to get wishes. To get wishes, I hit the little plus over here, and I exchange emblems. I exchange emblems in order to make wishes. 6 emblems per wish, it looks like. So we'll do that in a minute, but before I do, I've actually gone in and chosen desired exemplars. Now, when I look through here, I don't actually know what these do. I selected the 2 infantry artifacts, but I did figure out a way to see, hey, what are all the exemplars and what do they do? And that's this collection section in the upper left. So from here, you can see what you've got, but you can also click into any one of these artifacts to see, hey, what is it going to have as its exemplar effect? So before we go over each of these, let's go over the rules, all right? Exemplars represent the pinnacle of legacy. Once an artifact is ascended to exemplar status, it not only gains a substantial boost in power, but also unveils a stunning new appearance, showcasing its extraordinary prestige. The Exemplar Wish. Exemplars can only be obtained by consuming legendary artifact emblems via wishes. Each wish guarantees 1 exemplar. Okay. Now you can select 2 desired exemplars before wishing. For every 5 wishes, you're guaranteed 1 of your desired exemplars, after which the wish count resets. Once both desired exemplars are required, you'll need to reselect before continuing. You may change your selections at any time before acquiring them, which is good. Each exemplar wish guarantees an exemplar. If you already own an exemplar, any duplicates are converted into artifact emblems. That makes me a little anxious. How many artifact emblems? I mean, like, I'm already turning in 6 emblems to wish. If I get a wish for something I already have and it turns into 1 emblem, that's going to suck. So I'm curious for that. If you do not own an exemplar's corresponding legendary artifact, I don't know what happens. It says, comma, any duplicate exemplars will be converted into the corresponding legendary artifact. But what I'm told is that you actually just have the exemplar and it sits there. The worst thing possible would be that you pull and it turns it into a copy of the legendary artifact. That would be really bad, because you're already trading 6 emblems into 1, and that's you want an exemplar. Even if you can't use it, you want the exemplar, and then eventually you get the artifact and use the exemplar, is what I'm trying to say. Anyways, the chance of receiving an exemplar with additional effects is 30%, while the chance of receiving other exemplars is 70%. I don't know what... Like, when I looked at this system, I was like, I have absolutely no clue on the face of the earth what an exemplar is. And only by looking at the collection did I start to figure out, like, oh, these are maybe the extra exemplar effects. And I think that also you get, like, extra stats, 5% more damage dealt and 5% less damage taken. So let's review these real quick. There's only 14 exemplars available now, but the Greymar Warhammer increases the area, effect, and stun duration. Remember, this is a fat AoE stun. Bigger stun duration and area of effect seems OP. The Phoenix Eye increases area of effect and damage factor. But remember, there's only like a 30% chance that when you pull it, that it will have the extra effect. Lucia's Horn. You hope to not get the Gathering one. Bro. You really hope to not get the Gathering one. Increase gathering speed or the corresponding resource after casting. I mean, like, cool, but you hope not to get it. Kingslayer. Increased damage factor and unit count threshold for instant defeat, which is insane. That's so good. Shadow Blades deals an extra instance of damage. I think it's damage factor over here, extra 500 damage factor. That's insane. Karada's Wrath, bro. I hope I don't get this. Increase XP gain from peacekeeping. Rip. Exemplar Gilded Crossbow. Increase damage factor and march speed, which is insane. The Exemplar Wolf Howl Horn increases area of effect and damage factor, which is insane. This is now obviously best in slot for Cavalry Rally Garrison, the Wolf Howl Horn. Exemplar Shield of Sturdiness inflicts infirm upon damaged legions. So I would assume that what this does is, damage taken is increased by 7%, it looks like. Okay. I mean, sure. Seems fine. Thunder Elegy inflicts magic defense break upon damaged legions. Oh my god. That seems really good. This Gold Crest gains the effect your legion gains 25% normal attack crit rate for 10 seconds. When you activate it, I believe is when that happens, which seems pretty good for Gold Crest. Oath of the Storm Peak, which I own but don't use, which is a rip. Increased clone duration and reduces additional damage taken by your clone. This artifact, I just get so confused by it. Like, I use it, and then it feels like I'm doing worse when I use it. Could be a skill issue on my end. Like, when you're running around, like, clowning the backlines, it's amazing. But, like, for the real fight, I'm struggling to use it properly. Spirit Bone Torque. Increases taunt range and number of legions taunted, bro. And then Mirage Orb increases range and number of legions knocked airborne. Insane, bro. Insane. So, yeah, a lot of reward for having these artifacts here. So, I mean, look, we got to do some wishes. So how do we do our wishes? Well, we got to exchange some artifacts. Now, I already have all these artifacts maxed out, I believe. So I can just use these and not worry about it. So let's just pick ones that I'm like for sure not interested in. Like I can do this Lucius's horn and sure, this guy over here. So when I hit exchange, this should give me one wish. I'm permanently removing these 6 emblems for one wish. Okay. I have one wish available. Okay. Let's wish and see what we get. No whammies? No whammies? Kingslayer! Okay, I mean, I use calves. I use Kingslayer. Okay, it's in my collection. It's owned. Cool. What happens? Did I get the effect? Did I get the effect? Exemplar effect, increased damage factor and unit count threshold. Did I win the 30%? I actually have no clue. Okay. Let's sort this by power. Let's look at who's using it. Urag. Here it is. Exemplar effects damage dealt 2.5% and damage taken 2.5%. Maybe I didn't get the bonus. I'm not sure. Increased damage factor and unit count threshold. I don't think I got the special one. I think the special one is like 5% of each. That's what I've seen. But like obviously like 2.5, like this is massive. 2.5% more damage dealt and 2.5% less damage taken is actually massive. What does this normally do for damage factor and percent of legions remaining? Let's see if we can figure it out. So I'm going to do ye old Google search. Kingslayer Call of Dragons. And what does it do when it's maxed out? So it's 10% of units remaining, it looks like. The damage factor, the one I'm looking at here, looks like it's the base value. It'd be really cool if I could like see what the, like more clearly exactly what the exemplar was doing. But increased damage factor and unit count threshold. Like, this is a 20% boost to the unit count threshold. I mean, 20%. So it's going from 10 to 12, right? But that's like really, really cool. Exemplar. Okay. We did it. We got one. And I can do a lot of pulls, apparently. So, first of all, I have 10 regular artifact wishes. We pull that real quick. Open all. I mean, artifact keys are obviously like way more valuable now. Like way, way, way more valuable. Okay, so we do another wish here. I can get rid of this. I can get rid of these. I can get rid of this guy. I can get rid of some of these. And we hit exchange. We hit exchange. There we go. Fat finger. Okay, and now we do it again. Oh my god. This is such a big deal. These are like pulls I don't get to do very regularly, right? Like this is major. Ooh, I got Greymar's Warhammer. Okay, so what happens? I don't use this. I have it though. I do have a Greymar's Warhammer. Okay, so I got it. It says Exemplar Greymar's Warhammer, Exemplar Kingslayer. I don't know if it's like a super exemplar or not. I don't know how to know that yet. Like the 30% chance of like the ultra pop off. Unless I'm just misunderstanding, which I very well could be. I'm figuring this out with you here now together. Us together, chat. We're doing the thing. Let's just pick an infantry hero to put this on. Replace the frozen ring with ooh la la. So we're getting the 2.5% extra damage dealt and damage taken boost, and increase area of effect and stun. Oh my god, 6-second stun. Jesus, that's insane. That is massive, bro. Too bad I have no skills on this thing. We can see that the boost over here is not influenced by these skills level. Also, what could be happening is that the artifacts that are normally 7.5% artifacts are the ones that get the better stat boost. I also have no clue if the drop rate of this is even or not. I would think that there's like an obligation to disclose the drop rate if it's anything but even for all things. But I don't know. Okay, let's get rid of 6 of these. Exchange. Definitely don't need the Tear of Arbon. All right, and we make our wish. Oh boy. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Gilded Crossbow, which would be cool, except I don't have it. So I hit confirm. This would be like the absolute nut draw for Mags A, but it says artifact not obtained. So now I've got some extra incentive here to go get myself a Gilded Crossbow, because that's like actually insanely lucky that I got that, but I don't have one. So it says exemplars unlocked 2 out of 14. So what does, like, okay, so if I go to my items section, this list is new, this list is new, and yeah, it just doesn't show that, which is kind of crazy. That makes sense, I guess. Okay. Hopefully I'm not getting cooked by virtue of like not actually having unlocked the artifact at all. Okie dokie. Well, let's see what else we can do here. I mean, I have more pulls I can do, obviously. We exemplar wish again. We get rid of these. Karada's Wrath and the Tear of Arbon. All right. And we hit exchange. And we are guaranteed to get one of these infantry items here. So we wish again. And what do we get? Oh, duplicate of a Kingslayer? What happens? It has been converted to a Kingslayer emblem? No. Bro, no way. Bro, no way. The 6 emblems just becomes 1 Kingslayer emblem? That's what that was? That's brutal. Oh my god. I just got savaged. Jeez. Wow. That's savage. So I don't want to do too many of these polls until there's more things available, under the assumption that the more stuff that's available in the collection, the less chance I get something I already have. But I really want the things that are here. I've only got one thing that I'd actually use, which kind of sucks. And I don't use calves all that much compared to the other things. Like Phoenix Eye would be massive. Shadow Blades would be massive. Gold Crest would be massive. Spirit Bone Torque would be massive. Shield would be legit. But let's go to the 5th, because guaranteed in one more wish Does this mean I'm guaranteed my exemplar now? My chosen exemplar? Let's find out. We get rid of these 5, what are those, dragon blade? We get rid of this, what is this, spring blade? Exchange. Okay. Oh, I can't believe I already got a dupe. That was so savage. Please don't suck. Spirit Bone Torque. Huge W. This is the one I really wanted. Okay. That's good. Confirm. All right. Spirit Bone Torque obtained. Massive W. Taunt range and number of legions is increased. Huge. Now taunts 6 legions. Okay. Seems good. But I'm really in it for the stats, right? Because I use this for Rally Garrison. That was a big pickup. That was a really big pickup there. Let's try to find where I have this thing. It's probably on Gorash or Magro. Okay. Oh, we got 5%. Okay, it's 5%. It might just be 5% on the 7.5 artifacts. I don't actually know. I don't know if I got the super version or if I lucked out, but all right, I got what I needed. And I guess it was like a 50-50 that I would get what I needed here. So this was a big deal. I mean, the 10% for infantry, this is 5% damage dealt and 5% less damage taken. That's a big deal. Like if I didn't get this, it would have been a problem for me, Rally Garrison situation-wise. So that was a big take right there. This is a big outcome that I really kind of needed. Wow. Absolutely insane. Okay. Well, that was surprising. What do I have that's new here? Why? I just haven't clicked this on PC in a hot minute. Okay. Yeah, that's all that is. Okay. Ooh, I want these. So how do I feel about this system overall? Man, I don't know. Let me buy these teleports before I forget. It's definitely interesting. Definitely a lot of reason now to get these artifact keys going if you weren't before, and I wasn't. So they're very powerful. I definitely have really mixed feelings about having dropped 6 artifact emblems and you only get 1 back when it's a duplicate. Like, once you start to unlock these, if you pull a duplicate, it's like actually get wrecked. Like, I got that wow, holy, right? You're converting 6 emblems into 1, which is not where you want to be. Let me see here, because I have 1 Kingslayer emblem now. Wow, oof. Oh my God, that is remarkably brutal. Now, that said, let's say you want to do more pulls. I want to do more pulls. You probably want to do more pulls. There's a couple ways you can go about doing this. One way to get more pulls on this thing is to reforge some of these artifacts that are just sitting in your inventory that you no longer use. And you may have several of these. You may be surprised what you might have upgraded over the years, depending on how you've managed your collection here. So for me, I used to use Sorlin's Blade back in the day. I also upgraded the Blood Blade banner, which I definitely don't use anymore. So let's just start with the Blood Blade banner, because I would never use this now, given that this new tier of value exists, right? The exemplar effects are here. So I can take this Blood Blade banner, and I can actually reforge it. In case you didn't see what I just clicked, it's this little button up over here. All right. So when I smash this button, all right. Oh, it's interesting. It's showing a different pointer in my recording. It's kind of wacky. Anyways, so when I reforge this, I'm going to get back all this stuff, including the 5 emblems that I put into this thing in the first place, which I would not put back into this artifact. Like, I might hold on to them for now, but like, you get a free reforge, I believe, every month. But like, there's like no circumstance, I think, in which I would use this. So to get these 5 back would actually be insane. You can reforge 1 artifact for free every 30 days. Confirm. Okay. Reforged. Oh my God, getting these back is really outstanding. I could skill it up again, or I could just not skill it up again. And I'm kind of inclined to just not skill it again. Right? Like, right? Okay. So I can change this wish, by the way. I can change this wish and say, you know what I really want? Now that I got my Spirit Bone Torque, which is a huge W, I might look at this and say, you know what I really would like now is probably a gold crest, actually, for my collection. So if I hit gold crest, well, I can't switch it yet, can I? I can. This wish was granted, so I can't change that. But now it's on the gold crest plan, which is kind of cool. So I can go in here and this. Now, oh, artifact skill level is not maxed out. It's letting me know I haven't maxed it out in case I want to change my mind, which I respect. I do really respect that. In fact, I only need 4 of them to max it out if I wanted to. I don't, but if I did. So, right? Because if I go back here, we look at this artifact, right? Always double check stuff, right? Before you commit stuff permanently. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4 more levels, right? I knew that, but like, there's a part of me that's like, wait, I have 2 of these now? But I think that's because I might have used some of them to take it to 6 stars, and you get back exactly the ones you put in. So I can do another pull here, which I'll do. And so I'll drop 2 of these in. Why don't I drop one of these guys in? A couple of these. I mean, it's telling me the artifacts are maxed. Tear of Arben. I'm going to get rid of that sucker. Reset that thing. Oh my God. That'll give me a bunch of emblems back just from the like skill ups, which would be huge. All right. So if I commit this exchange, this emblem has not been, yeah, I mean, rip Bloodblade banner. Okay. And now I get a wish. Oh, baby. Please no dupe. Please. Please no dupe. Shadow Blades! W! Okay. I use Shadow Blades. Big W right there. Big W. So we can get a look at the Shadow Blades, which are here. And we're cooking. Another 2.5% damage dealt and taken reduction. And then 500 damage factor. Actually insane. Actually just popping off right now. That's amazing. See, now that's what I was looking for. That's huge. That is a big deal. Wow. Resetting the artifacts is way better than I thought it was going to be. That was actually like really surprising. I'm like very tempted to keep pulling because this is so valuable to me. Like I could reset Tear of Arben completely, theoretically. Right? There's a chance I would need it though and then be really sad. I don't think that I would. I could reset Dragon Rift as an example and get back another 4 emblems at least. And like that would be really exciting. So to show you that, I could go details on Tear of Arben, hit the button over here. You can see it's the 4 Tear of Arben things I get back. And I free reforge in 30 days. So if you're going to free reforge, you may want to do that today. But then I bought these like reforge manuals from events. And I've been holding on to those, and now that's incredibly valuable to have, I think. So that's really cool. The only downside of doing a lot of pulling right now is that they're going to add more of these things. And when you get a duplicate, you get so wrecked. So like the more of these I have, the higher the chance I think of getting a duplicate. Obviously, I like really want the ones that I really want. So it's kind of a weird situation where, you know, as an example, I use Gold Crest. Okay, all the time. I really would like to have Gold Crest have the extra stats, right? But I'm going to go in and I'm going to get a duplicate and it's going to be like a big GG, you know? And I guess the wish system can like kind of save you there. So let's do one more wish just because I don't know. I have the stuff. I really want to do it. Should I be waiting? Almost certainly yes. So all these artifacts are maxed, so I can get rid of any of these. It's nice that it tells you which one you don't have maxed. That's really handy. And let's do another pull. One final pull here. And keep in mind, when new artifacts drop, you're going to want some of these emblems sitting around to take it all the way up to 6 stars. But please, please be good. Please be good. Bro. Lucius Horn. Of course. Of course, Chisgule gets wrecked. Holy. Your boy Cheese getting dunked over here. Okay. I got a dupe Kingslayer. Lucius Horn. At least the one I don't have, but I might need to go get now is like big value. the Mag's A artifact. It's actually kind of insane. But what does this do? Charge up cannot be interrupted. Spawning a resource point increases the Legion's gathering speed for the corresponding resource by 20% for 3 hours. Okay. Okay, bet. Let's do it then. Let's spawn it in. Honestly, I got the one thing I needed. I really needed the Spirit Bone Torque, and I got it. So I'm pretty happy about that. So we spawn a resource. Bounty of Nature. It shows red. And there it is, gold gathering. Intensive gathering's already active. Where's my buff for that? Did I get buffed? Or did intensive gathering overwrite it? Does it stack with intensive gathering? I don't see a buff. Rip cheese. I can go gather it. Well, chat, I don't know. I don't see it. I thought I did the thing. Is it this army that gets the boost to speed? Unclear to me. Increased gathering speed for the corresponding resource after gathering. Is it just this army that got the boost? Do you know? I don't know. All right, well, GG. Get the gatherers out. One thing we could get a look at real quick is to take an army out of my city and go hit a Darkling and just see where it shows up in the report that I have these exemplar stats. So we could take, let's just take this army real quick. This will kill something at a moderate-ish pace, I suppose. I don't know. We could take Mag's A. Although, no. I want to use Spirit Bone Torque, because that's the thing I wanted, and I got it. Gosh darn it. So, infantry into infantry is kind of cringe. Are there calves around? Is there a unit I can counter? Handy? No? Ooh. Archers. All right. Well, too late. Oh my god, look at that radius. Did you see that? That's really good, chat. That is really, really good. Oh my god. That is crazy, bro. Wow. Wow. Okay. Sure. So I need to do a lot more of these pulls. To do more of these pulls, I'm going to need more stuff. But I really want to pump the brakes because I think when they add more exemplars, you're going to be really interested in them. But like, let's say they add one more exemplar for a new artifact that shows up. What are you supposed to do? If you have 14 out of 14 now, you'd be 14 out of 15. And you're trying to make a 1 in 15 pull. I guess 5 times you get the pity. I guess that's how you have to do it. Ooh, that's kind of rough. I don't know. I guess we'll see once we get to that point, if we ever get to that point. I mean, I probably don't get there anytime soon, truth be told. Because even now, like, I don't have that many emblems to work with. Right? Like, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got one more pull before I start eating artifact emblems on things that I haven't, maxed out at that point. And I can do these, and it's probably fine. And I almost certainly should for some of these. But just to give you an example, like, if you told me at the start of the game that I was going to, like, use certain artifacts, I wouldn't have believed you. Like, if you had told me at the start of the game that I was going to really value Wolfwoman, and I was going to really value Storm Arrows, and I was going to really value... where is it? There's one in particular. This one, Heart of Kamasi. Like, I'd have said, no way, bro, right? I wouldn't have believed it. But then here we are, and they are really valuable. So, yeah. I do really want to keep pulling here, but there's so many of these. Like, why isn't Dragon Scale Armor in that list? Like, there's so many artifacts not in that list. They're certainly going to add them, right? So I don't want to do too many pulls before they add them in at some point, and then you're getting dupes, and dupes just, you get destroyed. So now in the maybe Legion buffs, the damage dealt is 17.5. Interesting. What about damage taken? Does it not show that here? Maybe it's in the battle log? It's really unclear to me where this would show up that I have the bonus. I mean, it says it here, but like where does it say it here? It actually doesn't in this part. But we know it's there. It shows red. But like it's not in the other buff section, so I'm definitely confused. Anyways, you enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. This new system, it's a big, really, really meaningful power boost. Having these is going to make a big difference, man, all right? You enjoyed the vid, throw a like on here, subscribe. You want to check out the Auric Warhound. I think that pet looks really sick. Card in the end screen, all right? Until next time, you have fun smashing your enemies. Take care, everybody.